I want you guys to take a look at something. I'm over here at the border in Mexico, and I've never seen anything like this before. The amount of stuff that we've been seeing in this border, the trafficking, the amount of people that come through this area every single day is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. You see a couple of things on television talking about the border, talking about how crazy it is. The problem's a lot worse than the things you see on TV. The construction is stopped here at this furnace around. You can see right over this area, this is all open space. All of this is open space. You could fit about 8 bulldozers side by side right through this giant hole. So the next tells you that our border is secure, our border is strong. It's a lie. It's not true. The Trump administration was trying to finish this up. Biden administration thought it was a good idea to totally stop it. And the saddest thing about it is I've been learning about a lot of the human trafficking that's been going on here. It's really sad. It's really sad, and it's something that I've always been a very huge advocate of: is ending human trafficking, ending human slavery, sex slavery. And 1 in every 3 women that crosses this border, and the same goes for children, are sexually assaulted and abused. So if you're going to sit around and you're going to say that you care about women, you care about protecting the children, one of the best ways that we can do that in the United States is we'll not only put a hole in the cartel's pockets, you can also put a hole in the human trafficking industry. If you care about women, you care about children, you want to secure this border. This is not safe. This is not good. And here we got Darius Mayfield.
I'm a goon. Yo, we at the border right now, bro. With some guy named Bill, Darius Mayfield for America. Bro, make our country great again. Build this wall, finish the wall, and stop illegal immigration. Man. For real.
Look, so listen, I was just giving him a whole breakdown about
Sorry,
the wall.
bro.
He just came in here,
You
but
know how we do.
But that's how Darius rolls.
You already know.
But the situation, that's some hood rats, man.
Yo, stop playing.
But
we out here.
The situation at the border, man, is way worse than I thought it could have ever been. The stuff you see on TV, this is not even close to that. We were talking with one of the residents here yesterday as well too. He was talking about some of the things that he saw. He lives right outside of these gates here, and he's seen people come through manholes, come through storm drains, run out in the middle of the night, all kinds of stuff, man. And the people that are in Mexico, I feel for them because I know they're trying to look for a better life, but this isn't the way to do it. Crossing across this border is not the way to do it. It keeps the coyotes employed, it keeps them rich, it keeps the cartels rich, and they take advantage and exploit these people. We need to fix our immigration system and secure it. You know, when my parents came to the United States, they came here because they wanted to have a better life, and they gave myself a better life as well too. One of the worst things is that they didn't do it this way. They didn't come across this border or any other way into this country illegally. Every single one of them went through the process. They did what they had to do, and they became Americans the right way. I want to make that process much more streamlined. And it's here, this bus that's coming through.
In less than 30 minutes. And that's
Long time no see, bro.
Yeah, how you doing?
No, man. But 2 buses in 30 minutes?
2 buses in less than 30 minutes, 60 people in every bus. That's 120 people in less than 30 minutes that we've witnessed coming through here.
So can you tell, for the camera, can you tell people what's actually going on with these buses?
So this is a transport unit. What they're doing right now behind on the other side of the wall, about a quarter of a mile further down, is they're avoiding the optics. They're avoiding individuals, journalists, from catching all these people that are actually coming in. Because in this area, they used to have hundreds of people coming in as they were walking directly from Mexico.
There's some people in there.
So the people, they're being held about a quarter of a mile next to a bridge. It's kind of their way of preventing the public from seeing everybody that's coming in. They're just being basically held down there at about a quarter of a mile down from here. That way they don't have the optics and all these individuals running around out here. But they're all still coming in. They're being processed and then they're released into the community.
And they're just letting them run wild?
Not run wild. Most of them get picked up by the NGOs and they get picked up by sponsors in which they are already waiting. So right now there's a loophole that's being exploited by these individuals that are here illegally in the country. An illegal alien in the country can actually sign up to receive illegal alien children. So that is a loophole that's being exploited, yes. So if you're here illegally, you can sign up and they start delivering illegal migrant children to you if you want.
So I was just talking about this a little bit earlier on the video. It was like, how bad has that problem been in regards to the trafficking of these children?
It's exponentially. It's grown exponentially because now we have MS-13 members that are here illegally, and they have a credible fear, and they're being allowed and released into the community, and then themselves are signing up to receive immigrant children. So what are we doing? A lot of these children that are being brought across are going into already a broken foster care system where at least 60% of these kids get abused. Why are we bringing more children if we can't even take care of the ones that we already currently have?
And you're saying that it's gang members like MS-13.
There's been instances where gang members have been sought out to register to be receiving minors that are being brought over illegally. A lot of the minors that are being brought over from south of the border have a little piece of paper, and it looked like they just ripped it out of a notebook, and it has a name and a phone number of the individual of whom is going to be receiving them. So Border Patrol gets on the phone after the child comes in. They get taken to the process center. Then they pull out this information from the kid's pocket. Then they call the sponsor or the individual. It doesn't even have to be a family member. It doesn't even have to be anybody remotely close to the family. It could be anybody. There's a huge demand for children coming from the United States of America, and there is a midpoint, which is usually the NGO or one of these activists that is related or somehow connected to these NGOs. When this individual then gets a calling or a request for a specific ethnicity or a specific color of eye or whatever.
So they take special preference?
Yes, whatever the demand is for in America, the NGO or the organizer or the activist then sought after whatever they're looking for. Then he brings the kid to the southern border, of course, through the cartel, because you don't get through the border unless you come through a cartel. And then this individual puts that piece of paper in that kid's pocket. The kids many of the times don't even know who they're going with. They all do, however, know what state that they're going to. So the kid will know, I'm going to New Jersey. And in that piece of paper, it has the phone number and the name of the individual. Border Patrol makes contact with that individual, and then they set up an arrangement so that they can pick up the kid.
And there's no way they can even vet who these people are. They just give them away?
They're not being vetted. Like I said, there's a loophole that's being exploited right now. And so you can be an illegal alien illegally in the United States of America and then still be receiving illegal alien migrant children.
Wow.
For those that don't know what the NGOs are, explain.
The NGOs it's short for non-governmental organizations. And the Biden administration has given them over $4 billion to assist in what's currently happening. So instead of them actually helping these migrants, they're actually south of the border, incentivizing, paying for their trips, and getting people to take this journey up here. A lot of these people that jump on these buses from their respective country, once you jump on that bus, you're not allowed to leave. You're basically a prisoner. You've basically sold yourself out to these individuals.
Wow.
You travel through the countries for 8 or 9 hours, then they pull over, they let you off at a warehouse. These people are being housed in warehouses where, and countless footage and hours of footage that I have.
And I've seen you cover quite a bit of that.
Here comes another bus.
A countless amount of people are coming through these buses. They're being housed in warehouses, and then in these warehouses there's scarce water, there's very little food, and very little air actually circulating in there.
That's not good.
They're held in there for sometimes 2 to 3 weeks. They're not allowed to leave even to the corner store with their own money to go buy themselves water or chips or whatever. They're dictated what time they can shower at, and they're not allowed to eat unless they are being fed directly by these NGOs. So what I've asked them a lot of the time, I'm like, this sounds a lot like jail, and they said, yes, absolutely. I asked the migrants, before we go, what is it that you would tell other individuals from your country if you had the opportunity to talk to them right now if they're watching? They always tell me, I tell them not to come. Tell them not to come. That is always for the most part, that's usually their message that they give the audience whenever I'm live streaming out there.
So what happens to the people that try and make the journey across the border without paying the cartels, the coyotes?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
They have that much control?
Every single inch of the border. I have bracelets that I'll give to you where these kids are actually any individual that is coming to the river has to have been branded with these kind of bracelets.
Yeah, I seen some of these earlier.
And see, this one actually says $200. Last night we found bracelets that say $1,000. This is actually from a child. If you can see how little the actual little wrist is here. This is from a migrant child. This was from a grown-up.
So for someone to cross the border, how much are they typically spending?
It just depends. Some people pay, some women or some people pay with sexual favors. Some indebt themselves to the cartel, meaning, okay, we're gonna let you cross, but you're gonna go report to XYZ in Chicago, and you're gonna start working for us until you pay off your debt. Or some people pay anywhere from the realms of 100 pesos up to $1,000 from what we're witnessing now.
Wow. So it's like no matter which way you cut it, you have to deal with the cartel.
Yeah,
whether you pay it or
every
you.
single inch of the southern border is ran by organized crime.
So is it safe to say that like the borders remaining open like this is actually a net benefit for the cartels? It seems like it seems like they want the borders open.
So the cartel's making $22 million a day right now.
A day?
$22 million a day. I'm sorry.
Wow.
22 million a day.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question, if I can. What's to stop you from getting those bracelets, collecting them, and taking them back to Mexico and selling them for half price?
Wow, well, that's a good question, but it's very, very well.
You would have to try not to get caught.
Yeah, you would have to obviously try not to get killed, but before you make your way down to the river near the levee, they check to make sure that you've been basically branded with one of these.
So they've got to
get one of those bracelets. You could take them back technically and try to sell them for half the price.
You could.
But the word to get out quick.
I would highly advise against that.
Yeah, that sounds extremely dangerous. That's not good advice.
Radical.
No, I'm not saying do that, but I'm just wondering, is anyone else have thought of that? You know, but
Doesn't sound like a bright idea.
Yeah,
you're gonna look more likely lose your
for
life.
the most part, when you're already over here, you're not trying to go back and make a quick hustle. When the government, listen, the government, this administration currently, before we go, this administration right now is considering giving every individual immigrant that came over during the Trump administration era $450,000.
Yeah, I just tweeted about that not too long ago.
$450,000. Well, we have veterans still caught up on PTSD from wars that they fought decades ago. We can't get them proper treatment. We have grandma and grandpa that are being displaced from their homes because they're having to choose between their medication and their property taxes. But you're here rewarding individuals that deliberately broke federal law, and you're gonna grant them almost $500,000 per person.
And BLM still can't get reparations.
Oh, there we go. You know, and this guy's still not getting reparations.
Brother, for the people that are watching, man, because like I've been following you for quite some time, like, and you post a lot of really good stuff about what you see daily on the border. Where can people go so that they can follow your live streams?
Currently, Facebook has now just nuked my 120,000 plus following account. Instagram nuked my 35,000 follower account. So I'm gonna be doing everything through Rumble. You can find me on Rumble at Real Anthony Agüero, and Getter at Real Anthony is where I'm gonna be doing all of my broadcasting. Getter will have a live feature in the next coming days. So Getter is gonna be the best place at Real Anthony on Getter.
All righty, brother.
Appreciate you, my man.
Always
Thanks
good seeing you, man.
Likewise, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, so this is one heck of a situation we got going on at the border. We need to secure it. People's lives are counting on it.